What is going on, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. Can we do this one? Yeah, this will definitely work better. I'm gonna hopefully try to put this somewhere where it doesn't bother you guys. There we go. That way you guys can still see me lecturing you guys, telling you what to do. All right, cool. So first things first, you all should have this. And that's it. All right, cool. So right at this little hit, right? Because this one makes it big. Yeah, this one makes it big. So right at this hit, we can get rid of this because we don't need it anymore. So from here, this is the kind of things, guys, that like just listen carefully, because a lot of you would just ask the same questions over and over again because you're either scared to just do what I said, or if you make a mistake, Control Z, save your work. If anything, just go back to where you started. But select the first one, the very first one you have. Don't worry about my order. If your order is different, that's not important. You select the first one and you go all the way to not background, but just your actual like text layers and your underline. And right at here, this is where we don't need it anymore. So make sure that your blue line is right at that hit, right? You're gonna hold Alt and then close your brackets on your keyboard. So your open and close brackets. I'll go ahead and put right here on the video what the symbols look like, and you guys can go ahead and just follow along to that. So close brackets, because right after that, we don't need any of that stuff anymore. All right, cool. So right here, we're gonna now go to the rhythm of those hi-hats, the tss, 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 that you hear in the music. And then we're going to type out, we're gonna move one frame forward. So Control arrow keys, so you can move one frame forward. So we start in a blank slate, and we're just going to type by. And again, choose whatever fonts you want. I'm okay with the one I have right now. I'm gonna highlight this and I'm gonna set this over to around, let's see, 50, 80. Yeah, 80 is fine. So 80 pixels. When you do this, make sure that this little anchor point that you see right here, let me zoom into that. This little anchor point, we want that in the center of our letters. So the way we can do that is if you go up here to this little guy right here, he's called the pan behind. If you hold Control on your keyboard and you double click it, it sends it straight to the center, which is exactly what we want to be able to do. And then make sure that we have our paragraph, we put it to right align. So we're going to right align this little guy and then center that back. There we go. So right and all that good stuff. All right, cool. So that's perfectly fine. So now what I'm going to do is select by, and I'm going to duplicate it by the end of this video. So just as many times as I did it. So by 2, by 3, by 4, by 6, by 5, and all that. So I'm just gonna move by 2, and I'm gonna hold shift when I'm moving it, because notice if you don't hold shift, you can make a bunch of mistakes. If you hold shift, it stays centered, and I'm just gonna move it down, and then I'm gonna double click and put by the, and then select it. Then grab this one and bring that one down. Again, holding shift, put it right there, double click, and then grab by 4 and bring it down. Remember, hold shift when you're doing this. By the end of, and then the next one. Right there, by the end of this, and then bring this one down, and then type video. Right, so you should have this. if you did exactly as I told you and you put right align and you centered those little anchor points and then you just hold the shift and you duplicated everything, you should have this. If you didn't, just delete everything, start all over again, because I'm not around and I can't help you. So just go back, rewatch the video, and try to do it the correct way. All right, so we have all this. Now we're gonna select video, hold shift, and then select by, and we're gonna hold alt and close those anchor points. There we go. So the brackets, sorry, close the brackets. And then now we have this right here, and we have this little guy coming in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to the music and just listen for those hi-hats, right? So the first hi-hat is around here. Notice you can't hear the music as it's playing, but if you hold alt, if you hold control, you can actually hear the music. So right here is the first hi-hat. So, I mean, I'm at 404, but your timing might be a little bit different. So right there, I'm actually can select all of them and then close these hi-hats. I mean, close the brackets. So alt, close brackets. So now they're all cut just like that, right? So open brackets, close brackets, right at that hit, and then right at the hi-hats. Right, so listen to the music. Again, take your time. Do it correctly. If you get it wrong, just delete everything, start all over. This isn't too hard. It's not complicated. You can do it over and over again multiple times. All right, now that we have all this, before we do anything, we want to make sure that this is centered. Oh my God, what am I doing? Whew. Control Z. You see what I did there? Control Z. We're going to zoom in a little bit so we can move these. We need to center them right there. Perfect. Now, here's what we're going to do. We are going to go to the beginning right here, and we're going to open up P. So we're going to put Shift P, or just press P actually, and then put Shift T. And that's going to open up position and opacity. And with all of them selected, we're just going to go and click on all of these. Just like so. So we added keyframes to all of them. Again, please, 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 don't get confused. Take your time. Look at what I'm doing. So again, let me just Control Z so you all can see what I did. Just go back and press U. All right. So I'm going to the beginning of this video, right? Right here at the beginning, right when this thing starts. Right there. Make sure all of them are selected. If you don't have them selected, you click on video, then you hold up, because let me just get rid of the camera. There we go. All right, so you hold video, you hold shift, and you press by. That selects all of them. Then you're gonna press P on your keyboard, hold shift, and press T. That's gonna open up position and opacity, and then I'm just gonna click on all of them. I'm just pressing once and bringing it all the way down. So now we have all of these. Remember, I have a lot of students that always get confused. Sir, why is it not moving? Because we haven't done anything to it. There's nothing for it to do yet. So now we're just going to move it over to the very end. And we're going to add another keyframe on all of these right here on these. All right, cool. So now still no movement because they're the exact same. Now, we haven't done anything to it yet. So we're just to make sure we're on the right one, we're going to click the little arrows so that it goes to the keyframes. And right here, we're going to move position. Sorry. I'll move it this way. So I'm going to move it to the right around there. It doesn't matter how much, just as long as it's not that much. And then on the opacity, we're going to put 0. That's going to change it to all of them. So now they're all going to do this. You see? Cool, and that's what we want. The only thing is that we are gonna want all of these actually. So let me I made a mistake here, but we are gonna want all of these to just kind of continue going. Just like that. Up to 9 seconds is fine. All right, cool. And then from here, actually, Control Z, we don't want that. From here, we need to go and highlight all of these, right click, and put Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease. Here's the part you always get confused with. Make sure you're all highlighted. You head here. If you don't already see Speed Graph, make sure it's in Speed Graph. Use this guys right here to zoom in. And then just highlight all of this. Move it this way. And move it this way. Perfect. There you go. Now. Alright, I'm just going to make sure these are right here. Perfect. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and right click. Alright guys, so now that we have all this done like this, as long as you select by first and you work your way up, so hold shift and click video, and you select them in that order, you can then right click, and then we'll head over to Keyframe Assistance, go to Sequence Layers, then just leave it blank. You don't need to press overlap, just press OK. And then that's gonna like sequence it so that as one finishes, the next one starts. So now we have this. There we go. So that looks good. And so by the end of this video, and then we're going to type. So we can now go ahead and just press U to close all these. And we're going to come this way. So, and we're going to do the same thing as we did before. But now we're going to go ahead and type. By the end of this video, U. And then when this is selected, we're now going to put left align, and we're going to double click Control and click on our pan behind. That'll center it. And for now, we'll leave it right here because it doesn't matter that much at the moment. But pretty much I'm going to bring this guy down because I want to be able to see this. And now I'm just going to worry about typing this out. So again, I'm going to duplicate U 6 times. So Control D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. So now I have 6 U's. And so one by one, I'm just going to bring them down. So by the end of this video, you will bring this one down. Have, and then bring this one down. Learned, and then bring this one down. And then put earn 2, and then bring the last one down. And to do. There we go. And so again, I'm going to select all of these U right here, and we're going to move all of these. I'm going to come over to this side so that I know where this one's ending. And then I'm just going to try to match this one so that it is aligned with the one on this side. Hopefully that's not too confusing. I'm just moving all of them at the same time. And then from here, we don't need, let me go forward 1 frame. Right there. We don't need anything before this. So I'm just going to go ahead and press Control, close brackets. Sorry. Alt, close brackets. There we go. And then that gets rid of that little section. And then we're just going to listen to the music again so that we know exactly where to cut it. I heard it right here. It's right around here. Right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put Alt and then close brackets. Now we have these little sections right here. We're going to head over to, or right here, just press P and then Shift T for opacity and position. We're going to put that on all of them. Right there. Then we're going to head over to the beginning. And we're going to add the keyframes again. Except now we're going to move them this way. And we're going to switch the opacity down to 0. So now it does this. Perfect, which is what we want. And we're gonna highlight all of them right here. Right click, keyframe assistance, easy ease. Again, go to your graph, zoom in if you have to. Select all of this, move it this way, and then this way. And then go back. Now, this is the part where, again, we have to make sure we select this in the correct order. So, by the end of this video, you will have learned to do you. So we're going to go, you will have learned to do. So select it from you all the way to the top. Right click, keyframe assistant. Where is it? And then sequence layer, put OK. And there we go. So now when we go back down, zoom this out, put this over to fit so I can see it. Go to the very beginning. I'll press U so those can hide. Now I have this, and so perfect. Okay, so this is the end of part 2. Hopefully you guys didn't find that too confusing, but if you did, you know, just try your best and we'll see. The last thing you want to do is make sure you grab all of these, and you're going to put Control-Shift-C. That precomposes it, and you can put much hard letters, because I know y'all are gonna be confused with this, and just press OK. There you go. So now it's all ranked into, put into one little composition, so it doesn't give you too much error. There you go. So hopefully you guys found that easier than following the other video, and I'll see you guys on the next time. Peace.